Good day, class, and I welcome you to my Japanese 101. In this weekly show, I will be teaching you the fundamentals of speaking the Japanese language. Let me first state that I am still learning myself, and so I will probably make a lot of mistakes. But I'm doing this show in order to help teach myself, and hopefully a few of you. My goal of this channel is to bring together a small community of people who are interested in learning Japanese, but can't find a good online program show to watch or learn on their own. Hopefully, if I can interest a group of people interested in Japanese together on one channel, it will make learning easier for all of us. Now that that's out of the way, let's begin today's lesson. I'd like to keep this one pretty short, so let's just learn vowel pronunciation. A lot of Americans say Japanese words wrong because they don't realize the Japanese vowel system is so much simpler than ours. Let's take a quick look. We have A, E, I, O, and U. The cool thing about Japanese vowels is that they always sound the same. So let's break it down. A in English can sound like ah as in what, a as in ant, or a as in ape. In Japanese, the letter A makes the ah sound, and that is always the sound that the letter A is going to make when it's by itself. The other vowels are E, which sounds like eh, I, which sounds like E, O, which sounds like O, and U, that sounds like oo. You should practice saying some simple Japanese words you might know and memorize the vowel sounds. For example, konnichiwa. Break it down. Ko, ni, chi, wa. Konnichiwa. Although now we come to double vowels. Double vowels are a little more complicated, but they're not really anything to worry about, so I will get over these pretty quickly. If you have two A's right next to each other, simply put more pressure on the A sound. Or you can hold it for slightly longer, but when you're in longer speech, it's not going to be as effective as simply making it a little bit more, how to say, loud. For example, oka-san. Now, if it was O-K-A, then you could simply say oka-san. But if you say O-K-A-A, it's got to sound like oka-san. Oka-san, oka-san. Not oka-san, oka-san. Vowels can also go together, such as A and I. Now, when you hear A and I put together, originally you're going to think that they're making a completely different sound, but that's not the case. All they're doing is making the ah sound and the e sound quicker. Ah, e, I, I, ah, e, I. The same goes for any of these. A, U, ah, oo, ah. Now, I might make another video kind of going more into detail, make me make a small cheat sheet so that you know on your own and have something to study with. But it really is just as simple as memorizing the 5 sounds, as we all know: ah, eh, e, o, u. Once you know the 5 sounds, then learning Japanese should be that much simpler. After you've watched this and you understand everything that I'm talking about, we get to the fun stuff. Now, everybody knows that students hate homework, but if you do this homework, I promise the Japanese will stick much better. At the end of most sessions, I'm probably going to give some kind of small question or have you do some kind of assignment just to help it kind of stick in your head. Now, granted, keep in mind you don't have to do this. I'm not going to ask anybody to do this every single time. But, if you have a moment, leave a comment or a video response. If you're making a video response, just make it as a response to this video. And you can do it anytime you want to. I'm not going to put this video down. I'm not going to disable comments. And there's no time limit on this. If you find this video a year from now, go ahead and just put it down in the comments. It can't possibly hurt you in any way, right? So, if you can make a video response, simply make a video with yourself picking 5 Japanese names. We're going to go with names. They can come from an anime or a manga. I don't really care. They don't have to be famous historical people, but just find 5 names and break them down. Say them slowly so we can all make sure that you are getting the a, e, o, and u. If you cannot make a video response, just put in the comments a broken down word. Just like we broke down konnichiwa, just break down 5 words. Actually, no. Let's not make 5 words. Let's go ahead and make 5 names as well. Again, they can come from animes or mangas or wherever you know a Japanese name. Go ahead and put 5 down, break them down so that we can see the vowels, and you're done. I might grade a few of them just for fun, just to show who is really getting it, and that way, if you're not really understanding any of the lessons, you can kind of go to the ones that are marked with some kind of grade or, whatever I decide to do. You can just go to those and see how it's done correctly. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because, like I said before, I want this to be more a community thing. I realize that I'm not really a Japanese talking master, but maybe if I can get a few other people together that want to learn Japanese and can learn a bit quicker than me, then, we can help teach each other. It's kind of like students teaching students in a way, but I'm going to be kind of giving you more information to play with. Okay, well, that's today's lesson. You have your homework assignments. I guess I'll see you next week.